it's Loren Lockman from Tanglewood. How are you? I am sitting here today with JoAnne. JoAnne, how are you doing today?
I am well.
Good.
Okay.
So, JoAnne, you are just about to leave us,
Yes.
and you've been with us now for nearly 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, what prompted you to do this crazy thing?
Well, I just completed a 21-day fast, and what prompted me to do it? Well, I'm 45 years old, and I work on Miami Beach. I live in Miami Beach. I'm from Miami Beach, Florida, and I just was really burnt out, and I had a couple things happen this year that kind of like drained me a lot emotionally, and I was living on caffeine and sugar.
Been there.
And processed food.
Yeah.
And I was gaining weight, which was something that I'm not used to, but it was kind of like out of control. Like it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I needed a break on all levels, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And I knew that I needed to do something different. I needed to make a change, and I wanted to make a change with how I ate. But I knew that something inside of me kind of told me that I needed to get completely away from my normal atmosphere in order to break the addiction to the sugar, the caffeine, the processed food.
Yeah. And you had a little bit of help, didn't you? In other words,
I did.
You had somebody who invited you to take this break.
Yes. I have a colleague that did 21 days last year, and he came back and he was like a new man.
Yeah.
And I kind of just been observing that, and I'm very naturally interested in where my food comes from, how is it going to affect my body, what's it going to do. So when I saw the changes that he made and how he's eating now, because he sits across from me, I'm like, I want to go. I was attracted to the idea, but I was a little scared.
Yeah, sure.
Because fasting for 21 days is a little scary.
It seems like a big deal.
American.
It seems like a big deal.
Yeah.
Not just for the Americans. I mean, since you've been here, we've had people here from 14 or 15 countries.
All over,
I think it's scary for virtually everyone if it's the first time. Right?
Yeah, but ironically enough, it wasn't nearly as difficult as I thought it would be.
It might be. Yeah.
And I'm sure you get that a lot.
Yeah.
Because I thought that I would, I go like even half a day without eating, or I've tried to do short-term fasts for like 1 or 2 days, 3 days, but in my own environment. So that means I still have TV, I still have my boyfriend eating next to me, I'm still cooking for my family.
Yeah.
So I was just constantly barraged with food and like I want to eat that, I want to eat this. So it was very difficult.
Yeah.
But getting away and being in this atmosphere is really, I think, the only way that I would ever be able to accomplish a 21-day fast.
Well, that's the thing. I was going to say, when you said, it was easier than you thought, I think it's a lot easier when you're in a supportive environment. Makes a big difference.
Absolutely. There's no, there's not many TVs here. You don't see commercials. There's not people eating around you.
There's one.
And
one screen.
There's one TV.
And it's locked up except for Wednesday nights when you get to watch it.
Yes, exactly. And it was, I just wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
Like I thought that I would have like.
You'd be hungry the whole time.
Horrible hunger pains,
Yeah,
dying. I thought I was gonna die.
Right.
But no. It wasn't really bad.
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet, and
Doing
I can't say that I didn't like have moments of feeling the feelings that hunger seem like, but I think it was from what you've told me, the detoxification process.
That's right.
Happening. Yeah. So, and then I had to drink a lot of water, like a lot of water.
I'm laughing because JoAnne didn't drink nearly as much water as I was asking her to, and as most other people need to.
Yeah.
It would have helped to drink a little bit more still. But it if you want to get the body cleaned out, and we talk a lot about moving old material. Now you started to move some old material, right?
Yeah, pretty quickly. I mean, like after I started refeeding.
That's right.
And I wanted to cut it short a little bit because I was like ready to go home, but
you didn't.
But I didn't, because I realized that, I'd worked so hard to get to 21 days.
Exactly.
And the refeeding here is so calculated and timed. And it's so good. It's so good. So I just,
makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, I just, I sucked it up and I stayed the whole time. But one thing that I also really realized is that I think differently when I'm hungry.
Sure.
Like, I kind of always knew that, but I really see a difference in the way that I think, and as opposed to negatively or positively. Like, once I started refeeding, I started to think more positively. I'm happier. I'm good. When
Sure.
during that fast, it was a little mentally challenging because,
Well, and again, if I may, I don't think it's about being hungry, because as you said before, you
No.
really weren't hungry.
not
Right?
especially.
So,
No.
so I think what's going on when the average person feels hungry, and I've explained that those belly-based hunger symptoms are really detoxification.
Right.
What's happening is when the body's toxic, when we're detoxifying, we're negative. We don't feel as positive.
Yeah.
We don't feel as good. When we get the body clean, we do feel more positive, virtually always.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, good stuff. So talk a little bit more. I mean, obviously, so you've been talking about feeling more positive. You've obviously lost some weight,
I have.
because you can't go 21 days without losing
No,
some weight.
no.
What, if anything else, have you found has shifted for you?
There's a lot of things
Okay.
that have shifted, but I think just the complete rest, was a big deal. Getting enough sleep every night,
Okay.
not really having a lot to do except for drinking water and
Right,
just
right.
being, which is kind of like a new concept.
Yeah.
I live in a very fast-paced
Yeah, sure.
city,
Sure.
career.
Right.
It's fast.
Yep.
So it took me even just a few days or almost a good week of being here
Just to
before I
settle in.
completely
Yeah.
like simmered down.
Yeah.
And then I eased into it. But I always think, like, I do something like this and I want like these big epiphanies to happen, and I want a spiritual experience, and it's a subtle shift
Sure.
in perception, and it's subtle and it's happened slowly, and there was no burning bush moment or anything like that, but I will leave here forever changed.
Well,
Forever changed.
that sounds pretty spiritual to me.
Yeah,
I think
guess
just
it didn't,
getting
it
back
didn't
to
come.
yourself.
Yeah, it didn't come like the
There was
way
no
that
bolt of lightning.
Yeah, there was no bolt of lightning,
Right.
but you
Right.
can't be here and be with yourself for this long without, and things just kind of move and shift almost on a subconscious level,
Yeah.
and you don't really have to think about it too much. Just the state of being here and being quiet and taking the time to rest during the day, things kind of just are moving just the way my body is physically moving and shifting and detoxing. I
Sure.
feel like my heart and soul and my mind also got a bit of a detox as well, and it was a very gentle, subtle change.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah. Beautiful.
it was
so,
great.
So overall,
It's life-changing. It really is life-changing, and it's outside of the box. It's a little unorthodox. It's not really socially accepted, but I've always been kind of like an outlier,
right.
if you will.
Yeah.
And
Why doesn't that surprise me?
yeah, and the benefits of long-term fasting are just, they're just so remarkable that it's amazing that it's not more in the mainstream media.
Well, fortunately, it seems
I mean, it's
to be
getting there,
it is,
but
exactly.
it's just,
it's getting
like,
there.
it's at a snail's pace.
Well, we're fighting against a trillion-dollar pharmaceutical industry
Yeah.
that wants to keep a lid on anything that actually helps people get well.
Yeah,
So,
and
it's
that's,
tough.
it is tough. But I'll definitely be coming back. I'd like to do another 21-day fast, probably next year,
Beautiful.
if possible.
We'll be glad to see you again.
I will definitely be back. It's like one of those things that I would want to do, periodically throughout my life. At the very least, every 3 years,
Sure.
I'd like to get away for
Sure,
a month and
sure.
do it, because you could like new stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, even if you go with the raw vegan diet that is prescribed, it's still, you know, there's going to be.
Well, you're living in a big
compromises.
city. You're breathing in. All that sort of, yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's toxins everywhere.
Absolutely. JoAnne, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Been
Thank
a
you for
pleasure
having
having
me.
you here.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it immensely.
Look forward to seeing you again.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Mes yeux fermés, première étoile, couché sous